What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Aaron Glenn talked today about the Jets trade deadline strategy. We're going to get into that. Just wanted to mention here at the top, if you haven't seen, I posted it on my social media. I am doing on my store a 74 Forever a Jet merchandise. We got a shirt. We got a couple hats, we got sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts, and 100% of the net proceeds from that is going to be donated to the National Kidney Foundation in honor of Nick Mangold. So if you would like to support, we've had plenty of support already. It's honestly been an overwhelming day, and I very, very much so appreciate all the support from the Jets fans that we've got on this movement so far. But if you want to get in, MattO'LearyNY.com, and you can make a purchase. And like I said, 100% of the net proceeds from that campaign will be going right to that charity, the National Foundation, the National Kidney Foundation. Okay, so the New York Jets, they won their first game yesterday. They are going into the bye week at 1-7. The trade deadline, though, is coming up on November 4th. That's a week from tomorrow. And this was the last Jets game that they would play before the trade deadline. So naturally, Aaron Glenn was asked about it.
AG, the trading deadline's a week from tomorrow. Not sure when we're going to talk to you again. Obviously, with your record being 1-7, you're going to get calls from a lot of teams, I'm sure, looking at your players. What will the organizational approach be to the trading deadline?
I would say this. No, I can't say that because that's what Parcells told me. But listen, everybody listens. That doesn't mean that you act on anything. You know, when someone calls, you listen. But action speaks louder than words. You know, so I would just put it like that. Because if someone wants to trade for you, you know, I'm trading you. Oh. Trust me.
We all know that.
No, I gotta keep you around. I gotta keep you around too, man.
Thanks.
When someone calls, you listen, but actions speak louder than words. Don't tell that to Jamal Adams, who was very upset when the Jets did not just immediately hang up the phone when I believe it was the Dallas Cowboys asked about him in a trade. But it doesn't feel like, based on the answers from Aaron Glenn, that they are going to be proactively shopping and just fire sailing this all the way down to the ground. And I also love the answer and the back and forth that he had with Brian Costello on the trade. That was good. That was a good interaction with the media, and Cos played along too. So great moment from the presser. But I mean, I'm kind of just in this boat where it's like, let's see what the Jets decide to do at this trade deadline, because they have multiple different routes that they can go here, and we'll get into that. I think we got to start with Breece Hall, who is maybe the most difficult conversation to have, because on one side, Breece Hall's on an expiring contract. He's a running back. We don't know if he's going to be brought back. We don't know what kind of contract he's going to be looking for, if the Jets are going to be in on re-signing him or not. But what do you do in that spot, right? Like, he's been really productive for you this year. He's pacing out for, over 1,200 rushing yards. He's averaging 5 yards a carry on the year. He just had one of the best games of his career against the Cincinnati Bengals. Do you trade him or do you keep him? And I've been really torn on this one, honestly. I think you can make a case for either side. On the trade him front, it would be if you don't have any faith that you're bringing Breece Hall back and just want to get something for him. Keeping him would be, like, in all likelihood, going to have a young quarterback next year, want to give him as many weapons as possible. He's clearly the best running back that the Jets have right now. Would open up another hole. Depends on what the contract is. Around $10 million a year, I think, is probably what he's going to get on a 2 or 3 year contract, would be my guess. I don't think he's going to get 15 plus, anything crazy, but would not shock me to see him get into double digits. Again, he got in the end zone twice this week, threw another touchdown pass. So touchdowns are starting to come. Like, this is a challenging one, because if you are selling on Breece Hall, I don't think you're getting a massive package in return. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. I think he's the kind of guy who's going to go to an offense or a team that's really good and an offense that's good and be really productive. So that would obviously be tough to see if you do end up selling him. You know football, then try to turn your football knowledge into real money with the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy sports app that can turn game day into payday. Just download the Sleeper app and pick more or less on your favorite players. With more stats than any other daily fantasy app, all you have to do is just choose 2 or more of your favorite players from pregame or live during the game, pick more or less from their predicted stats, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money if your picks win. Use promo code O'Leary and you'll get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. They also have a new offer right now where there is a free $20 no deposit required promo. Terms and conditions apply. Jermaine Johnson is not going to be traded. Both he and the Jets have kind of made it clear that JJ wants to be here. The Jets want him to be here. I completely agree with that one. I think he is a building block piece. We've talked about that over the last week or so. I would not be surprised if Quinnen Williams stays also. I know there's been some rumblings with that. I think I need a first plus for Quinnen Williams. I get it. He's a little bit older than some of these guys, but he's still a top 5 player at his position. And I don't want to just trade Quinnen Williams for like a 2nd round pick. That doesn't move the needle enough for me. If you're talking about a 1st and a 3rd, maybe you start to have those conversations. And it also depends on if like the Jets are going to trade Quincy, does that impact Quinnen? Like, does Quinnen just not want to be here anymore? And that maybe forces your hand to move him. And that's a perfect transition into the next guy, Quincy Williams. Again, I'm repeating myself, but the Jets made their choice when they signed Jamie and Sherwood. I don't think you're going to pay both Jamie and Sherwood and Quincy Williams. So, I mean, see what the 49ers are going to offer for him with Fred Warner out. That would be my thought. Michael Carter seemed to have lost his spot to Jarvis Brownlee. Also, if Carter is healthy, can you get anything for him? Can you ship him to San Francisco or Atlanta to Robert Saleh or Jeff Ulbrich? That would make a lot of sense. But honestly, beyond that, I'm not sure how many players we actually see get moved. It might be, I don't think they do nothing. I think we'll see a player or maybe 2 get dealt. But if you were expecting the Jets to trade like 5 players between now and the trade deadline, I don't know if we're going to get that. And I don't expect the Jets to be buyers either. Like, I don't think you're in a position where you're going to trade assets for any kind of player or any position on a 1-7 football team. So no Shedeur Sanders rumors today. We're not talking about it. That'll do it for me in this one, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.